With this nifty little wilderness axe, we can split fairly large logs with it, provided that they're dry enough. Now, in this case, this log is about 18 inches across, about 18 inches in diameter, and which means it'll be almost 5 feet in circumference. So you can see if I put a tape around it, it's about 58 inches in circumference. So what we want to do is we want to utilize these cracks that propagate across. We want to avoid the knots that all point at the center of the tree, and we want to utilize the weak spot, which is the center of the tree. So to go after it, we'll set our axe in a crack, pry down, set our axe in another crack, pry down. Try and make a weak spot in the log. So now we'll try and utilize this crack over here that points at the center. Pry down, pry down, pry up. There, we're starting to crack this whole log apart just using this leverage. So we'll try and follow this crack out this way. There we go. We cracked it in half. Pry sideways. There, right before your eyes, we cracked this sucker in half. So this nifty wilderness axe is a nice leverage tool, provided the log is dry enough and it's got enough checks in it. We can exploit those, miss the knots, and crack even the biggest logs open, just like this. Put this axe head in sideways, like this. And there you go, cracked wide open. Now, when we want to split this piece of wood a little further, notice that it's got this big knot in it and this big knot in it. It's got some stress fractures that go here and here. They're probably a little more pronounced here, so I'm going to try and exploit them from this end of the log. Now, this stress fracture actually comes down and goes right past this knot right here. So that will be the first one that we want to exploit. So we'll just go after it and see what we can do. There, you can see here's the knot, and we've split around it right here. We haven't gone through it. We use that stress fracture in the wood to take advantage of that. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to split this piece in between this knot and that knot. We can't go through this knot and we can't go through that knot, So we'll take the path of least resistance and we'll try and develop this stress fracture that goes right here and see how that works out. There we go, cracked open. So the rest is just mopping it up. So we've got it split. All we have to do is turn this over and go at it from the other end and see how that works out for us. We want to follow this crack right here. So we'll insert our axe head this way, pry it open this way. And so we've split our wood, knots and all. Noticeably, we've split around this knot here, like that, because we can't split through it. Here you can see the end of the knot, which is actually split open. And we split around this one. We'll give this guy another shot, try and split this right here. Noticeably, when I cut, I'll want to orient between the center of the tree here and this stress fracture right there, so I don't go through the knot. There we go. Give it another hit. And noticeably, here's the void left by the old knot right here. So we're just cracking in on the other side of it. Turn this piece over, go at it from the other side. And then when we need to, we can insert the axe head sideways like this and pry down and pry this open. And you can see we've split around the knot, but not through it. And there it is. So once again, when you're splitting wood, like even a big piece of wood like this, you want to orient your splits so that they don't cross the knot. They go parallel to the knot, and they take advantage of the stress fractures that radiate out of the center of the tree. We've been successful even on a log that was originally almost 5 feet in circumference. Now remember, this is why we like these leverage axes. Notice we haven't used the hatchet end of this, we've used the prying end of it, because it's been through leverage that we've been able to actually split these logs apart. You couldn't do this much on a log this size with just a hatchet. This, however, is a much better tool, and it allows you to generate not only the striking force, but the prying force that allows you to crack these logs open. Remember, the Wilderness Axe by KX.